Everyone, this is Cooking with Matthew, episode 9. We're doing a seafood alfredo today. I've already got the pasta cooked. I've got the oil getting hot here. I've got my stuff measured out over here. This is 2 cups of onions. I'm just going to go ahead and add that to it now. It's a little dish I used to do at Gilby's when I was there, but we would make it to order. So we would have a little saute pan, we throw our little shallots in there, a little garlic in there, saute like I'm doing here. Then we would always add like 4 shrimp, 2 scallops, and a little handful of crab meat, and we just reduce it. So I'm going to do it a little different because I'm making a little larger batch today. Get my onions going. I got my crab meat here, I got my scallops and shrimp here. Go ahead and throw my garlic in. Y'all want to come over and see what we got going on over here? Got my onions and garlic going. Let them go like maybe another minute. I think start adding my shrimp. I think we're good now. I'm going to go ahead and add the shrimp and scallops to it. Turn that back on super high. So I'm going to add some salt. Where did I put the salt there? I'm going to add probably it's about a tablespoon of salt. Said usually this would be done in a little smaller pan and we was making the order, but I'm making a larger batch today. It's always going to be a little different. And I'm going to go to 1 tablespoon of, or 1 teaspoon of white pepper. 3 of these equal a tablespoon. We're going to see what that Hear one of the babies barking over there. Alright, so I'm going to add that on the 1 teaspoon white pepper. And then I've got my white wine here. So we want to do. I'm just going to add about a 1/3 cup to it. About a 1/3 cup to there. So, 1/3 cup white wine. Alright, so we got my little heavy cream over here. This is about a 1/2 quart right here, or 1/2 of a quart here. Go ahead and add that. Got another one. I had some shrimp stock I made, and like 1/2 of it spilled out in the car. I still got about 2 cups of it. I made out the shells, and the shells from the shrimp. I peeled them. They didn't have the heads on them this time. It was just the shells. Put my little onion scraps in there, and then I had from the scallops. So you got to take the side muscle off the scallops. So I threw them in the pot too, and it got me a little flavor. ended up being a little stock. It was full, and I don't know, I guess it spilled out when I was driving. I gotta go clean my car out after this video. It's gonna be stinking if I don't. So let's see. I got this just trying to get the heavy cream hot now. Where'd I put that as Parmesan cheese? I got some Parmesan cheese here. Put it over here on the counter. So yeah, I'm just gonna let that try to come to a boil. Oh, I've got my little lemon zest here. I can go ahead and add that. That's like 1 zest of lemon. And I finally got me a lemon squeezer. See if that's gonna be too big. Cut it too big on that one. That's a lot better than what I've been doing. This is not. Cut that one. I cut it a little oblong. I made it work. You can add basil or fresh thyme or any kind of little herbs you want to this. I'm just doing it sort of simple today. I'll go ahead and add my little bit of broth to it. This is 2 cups. And add my crab meat to it. Pound of crab meat here. So I got a pound of scallops, bay scallops, pound of crab meat, about 1.5 pounds of shrimp. It's going to be a good pasta. Come to a boil. I'm going to add some more white pepper to it. I'm going to add it slowly. Last time I added a little bit too much, but it ended up being okay at the end. It was just sort of strong at the beginning. Get some of this garbage up. So it's starting to come, if you get over here you can see it's starting to come to a simmer, or it's starting to come to a boil. It's simmering a little bit right now, and we're going to come to, it's going to start boiling here in a minute. So it's hot enough now to start adding this Parmesan to it. Like I said, when we did in the restaurant, we would reduce the cream down. We wouldn't add no broth to it. We just reduce the cream down with the shallots and garlic and the crab, and we just throw some of this in there. And this would thicken it. I wouldn't need to add, I wouldn't have to add no cornstarch or no flour to thicken it. So I'm going to add 2 packs. I bought another pack, but I don't think I'm going to need it. This is 12 ounces of Parmesan cheese. Making sure it was. We're going to stir that around a little bit. Getting close, guys. Gotta get that cheese melted, see how thick, the cheese will thicken up some. But I didn't reduce the cream down like we did in the restaurant. We reduced the cream down by about half, but we also had like a little bit of skillet and we're going to make enough for one little pasta dish. This will be enough for the whole family right here. Or you have leftovers and eat them in a few days. Cut the heat down now. Don't really want it to boil too much now. Let's see. I had my cornstarch here. I don't think it's going to take a whole lot. I'll see. Boiling a little bit. You go to adding the thickening agent. Starting to get thick right here, guys. This has got scalloped shrimp and crab meat in it. Really good combination. So we're looking pretty good on thickness. I think we're good. Let it go like that. Maybe a tad bit more salt. I don't know. Let me taste it again. I think it's fine. I'm not going to add no more salt. So right here, make sure I've got everything in here. I've got 2 cups of onions I started with. I put a little olive oil in there, or olive oil blend in there to saute it with. And I added the garlic. See if I put that in there. That was 2 tablespoons of garlic. I let that saute for a minute. Then I added the shrimp and the scallops, which was 1.5 pounds of shrimp, 1 pound of bay scallops, and then I added my white pepper and salt. How much salt? I got salt here. Salt was 1 tablespoon of salt. Sea salt I was using. I'm gonna pull this off the flame. Alright, so I did have the garlic on now. 1 tablespoon of white pepper. Or no, 1 teaspoon of white pepper. 1 tablespoon of salt. 1/3 cup of white wine. 2 cups of shrimp stock. You can use chicken stock, or you can just add. You can just use a little extra heavy cream if you want to. That was 1 quart of heavy cream altogether. and 12 ounces of Parmesan cheese. There's the ingredient list. I cooked some pasta earlier. I went ahead and had it cooked. See if we can- add some tomatoes. So we'll toss it around now a little bit. There's the seafood alfredo, and then we have some bread we got baked earlier in the bread machine. French bread. We've got some garlic butter here. And I'm going to attempt to slice this up. This would be my first little attempt on this. And then put some garlic butter on there. I guess we can just eat it like this, or we can throw it in the oven a little bit. But there we go. That don't really look fancy or nothing, but it's going to be good. I guess that sort of concludes the video. Now I've gave y'all all the instructions, and everything should be good. Just got to push that red button over there.